I'm Ollie, the CEO of Alltrue, and today we have Adrienne Sullivan, the Global Employer Brand Leader at Thermo Fisher Scientific. Adrienne just presented here at EBrandCon on building an employee advocacy program from the ground up.
Yes.
Hey Adrienne, you want to give us a quick overview of your presentation?
So today I spent a lot of time talking about the how to build an employee advocacy program. I think we've heard a lot about advocacy over the last 2 days, and I wanted to make the presentation actionable for teams to take away and figure out how do we do this. So I focus on 4 steps to building an advocacy program. The first is leadership buy-in. It's absolutely critical and can't be underestimated. Step number 2 is to build a well thought out content strategy, because content is king and content matters, so you have to make every piece count.
Absolutely.
Third is rally your team. As brand leaders, we are advocacy program's biggest cheerleaders. And the fourth is a feedback loop, because it's so important to keep your advocates engaged and your leaders informed.
How did you even get into talent acquisition, employer branding, and even at Thermo Fisher?
Sure. So I fell into employer branding and recruitment marketing. It was the first job that I applied for out of college 18 years ago.
Wow.
I worked for a recruitment marketing firm, and at the time we were, writing job descriptions essentially for newspaper ads.
Oh my gosh.
So over time I've seen the industry evolve and I've seen branding evolve. I did my first employer brand project in 2006, I think before employer branding was even a term.
Wow.
We did research with leaders, and we did a focus group, and we did some brand workshops, and it was really the first time I'd had any exposure to employer branding, and I just fell in love because I understand, we're trying to connect people to their purpose and their passion.
Shifting focus a little bit on EBrandCon, what brings you to the conference and what excites you about the conference?
I'm excited about the conference because this is truly a community of employer brand leaders. I mean, you feel it when you're walking around the halls here.
Sure.
This is a very tight-knit community. We're all very supportive of each other.
What speaker were you looking forward to seeing this conference?
I wanted to hear from Jennifer at Salesforce. I've never seen her in person. This was the first time that I'd heard from her in person, and I really admire everything that they're doing. She kind of has what I consider like the dream role, because her work also involves culture.
Sure.
And she has such an impact and an influence in her role at Salesforce on not only the employer brand, but the culture, because that's where this is headed.
One person in this industry that inspires you and that you look up to?
I look up to Jennifer Newbell. I think she's an amazing employer brand leader. She's been able to accomplish quite a bit at Dell. She's been able to and she's been in the space for a long time, yet she's just recently been able to build a great team.
If you could gift a book to everybody at this conference, what book would that be?
Angela Duckworth's book on grit.
Yes, I love that.
Yes.
I just read it.
Yes, it's a great book. And I really feel like as an employer brand leader at a company, you have to have a lot of grit.
If you weren't working in this space, what would you be doing?
I would probably be cooking.
Okay.
I love cooking. I love tasting different food and experiencing different cultures and food.
Your morning routine?
My morning routine, I'm getting my kids ready for school. They're kind of the top priority in the morning, getting them out the door, making lunches, making breakfast, getting them out the door. Then I sit down and I prioritize my day. What am I going to accomplish that day? I look at my calendar, what calls do I have, and then from there I prioritize.
Awesome, love it. Well, there you have it. Adrienne Sullivan, Global Employer Branding Leader at Thermo Fisher Scientific. Thanks, Adrienne.
Thank you.